After such a killer game, you know, the Roos won, was it 66-65?
Yes.
Women's. We're back here for your pre-game, sponsored by Roo News. We're here to talk a little bit about the Kansas City Roos men's basketball team as they're facing off against the Omaha Mavericks. I'm back, Cristian Martinez. With me, as always, today is Z. So let's talk a little bit about these two teams overall.
Yeah.
You know, Kansas City women's basketball team, they pulled off an upset, but it's going to be interesting to see what they do, what this Roos team is going to look like
Yeah.
tonight.
I think that something that Kansas City has to do, you know, they have to rely on their defense. They're the best defense in the Summit League, arguably. They have been consistently all season. So I think that's their X factor. I think also, you know, it's going to be a little difficult with the offense because they struggled on offense, you know, all year. Like throughout the whole year, it was a struggle on offense. And now you're down one of your top two scorers in Shamari Allen. You're down another top four or so scorer in Alan Mukeba. So, I mean, it's going to be tough. So I think they need to lean on Raquandis, and I think they need to get the other guys going. I think they need to get somebody else to step up into that role that Shamari played. Because, you know, not only was Shamari a great scorer, but also a great defender, too. He's the guy they look to for that on-ball defense. You know, he had a couple steals a game. So I think that's another important aspect you got to look at. And then finally, height. Like, starting four guards against Omaha. So, I mean, like, you lost Alan Mukeba, team's leading rebounder, I believe, and another force down in the paint, another X factor. So it's gonna be a little difficult. We'll see how it pans out, because you know Omaha, they've kind of struggled this year too. They haven't had a great year, you know, kind of towards the bottom in offensive and defensive rating and points per game. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
You know, it's funny, we talk about offenses for both Omaha and Kansas City. Both are bottom in the Summit League. 9. Omaha's 9, Roos are 10. However, we look at the defense. Kansas City, they're the #1 defense in the Summit League. That's something that we should keep an eye on because, you know, Coach Menzies always tells us that his teams are built on their defense.
Mm-hmm.
And funny enough, Omaha is the last place team here. Let's look at the starting lineups. I wanted to notice something. Raquandis is averaging the most points in both teams, but after Raquandis, the next top scorer is Jeff Ngandu with 5.5. Meanwhile, you have guys like Diallo who's averaging 3.4, Andrews like 4.9, and Devin Sullivan like 2.3. They're your starters. I mean, those guys are your starters. Yeah, and they can't even reach like 7 points. Do you expect any of those guys to go off tonight as the Roos face elimination so early?
Well, I mean, yeah, you lost two of your top 3 scorers in Shamari and Mukeba, so I'm kind of looking at, you know, first of all, the Idiaru twins. I think it's going to be a great game for them. I think they're going to step into kind of a role they've been looking to step into all season. Struggled a little bit, Promise has, from the 3-point line. I think that changes today. I think he lets it fly. I think he needs to let it fly. He just has to have the confidence. And I'm also looking at Babacar Diallo. You know, he's a great defender. I think he's going to be the one to step into Shamari's defensive role. I think he's ready. I think he's prepared. And then finally, I'm looking at Jeff. You know, Jeff Ngandu has been a force in the paint all year. He's their defensive anchor. Like he's that paint protector. He's that rim protector, shot blocker. With a smaller team, I guess they're not technically really small. You know, you still got 3 6'9" guys. So, but it's going to be a little more difficult without Mukeba. So I think he's going to have to pick up for that slack. But I think he's very capable. I think he can do it. I think he's well aware of what he needs to do.
Yeah, and another thing that I just wanted to kind of note is, you know, Omaha has J.J. White, who's averaging almost 10 points a game. And you also got Markel Sutton and Frankie Fiddler averaging over 10 points. Sutton 10.2, Fiddler 14.6. So it's going to be interesting how the Roos will defend them because Shamari is one of your best defenders. Turns the ball over quite a bit, but he's still one of your best defenders.
Absolutely.
You also have Mukeba, Mukeba plus Ngandu was a lethal force on the inside.
Absolutely.
What's your game plan, Z, defensively? Are you putting this team in zone? Are you letting them go man to man? Are you going to assign, Raquandis to like a AJJ White or Jay-Sean Glover? Like, what are you doing here defensively if you're Coach Marvin Menzies?
Defensively, I might explore a 2-3. Omaha's not a great three-point shooting team, 33, 34% on the year. So I might have to explore that a little bit, maybe test the waters, be experimental. But I think Coach Menzies, that's exactly what he has to do. He has to be experimental. Like we can't say it enough. You lost two of your top three players, who are also two of the best defenders on the team. And Mukeba's not even just a rim, an inside defender. He can defend on the perimeter too. So I think that definitely explore a little bit of a 2-3. I think it's going to be the rotations and the versatility for the Roos. They've been a very versatile team. I mean, both the Idiaru brothers at 6'9", versatile, very versatile. They can guard the wing, they can guard the post. I mean, it's just one of those things where you kind of have to see what happens. You kind of have to see who's having, who's up to the challenge. But like I said about Diallo, I think you kind of lean on him for that on-ball defense. And then you also have guys like Tyler Andrews, who is a very underrated defender in my opinion. He's another versatile player. He can get the stop for you. So I think you have to make sure those guys know what they have to do, who they have to pick up for, because Shamari's got some big shoes defensively to fill, but I think the Roos have plenty of talent to fill them.
Yeah, and again, it's going to be interesting to see how Kansas City plays here defensively, especially when, you have almost three players who are over 6'8".
Mm-hmm.
You got Idiaru, you got City, and, Jeff Ngandu, he has that height too.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be interesting how they're going to line up against a team like Omaha, because I think where the Roos beat you in length, Omaha can beat you with speed.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I think, it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to play any defensive zone assignments, or if you see a team like Kansas City, rely heavily on the zone, on just zone period. And then something else that I just really want to note too is this team is playing with a lot of freshmen, Z. I think almost 10 players on the roster, active roster, are freshmen. Tonight we're going to see a lot of freshmen playing on the court. I think you got Tyler Andrews, you got Dimu, you got the Idiaru twins, you got Jevin. All those guys are freshmen, and they're all going to step up in a big role. The only players you have that are juniors or seniors is Diallo and Raquandis. And Raquandis is a graduate. So, what is this mentality you think that needs to kind of be set if you're Kansas City, being such a young team?
I mean, veteran presence has always been a very important thing. You see it at any level, watching high school, watching college, watching NBA. It's always a good thing to have, because in these moments it's different than playing in a normal game. But at the same time, I feel like this Roos team, it's been predominantly freshmen all year. I think they're prepared. I think they know what they have to do. I think they're not scared of the moment. I think that they don't have time to be scared of the moment, and they know they don't. They've been freshmen. They knew that. They knew they didn't have the experience. They knew losing Anderson Cobb, that's a big veteran presence you need. But losing him, you still have him on the bench. You still have him to help you with that mentality. It's just the execution factor.
Yeah, and again, I talked to Coach Menzies before. He traveled up north here. He told us that Kansas City, there's going to be an expectation for him to kind of show up as the leader. I'm surprised we haven't seen him on the court yet, though. That's interesting. We haven't seen him at all. I'm hoping that. Oh well, their bench is over here, so we'll keep an eye on and check and see if Kansas City. If we're going to see Coach Menzies. I know he's kind of like a late he comes in really late after during warm-ups. As we're about to hit a minute left, we will see you guys on the other side as the Roos will face off against the Mavericks. It's going to be an exciting matchup, Z, and we'll see how it goes.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. We will leave you here momentarily, but we'll be right back. You guys got about a minute left. I will go get something to drink, get ready, because this is going to be one of those games. And as Coach Menzies walks onto the court, will the Roos men's basketball team also move on and play Saturday night? We'll catch you guys in just a minute. We're here. Yeah, these lights are bright. Something was flashing me. My goodness.
It was annoying, yeah.
Yeah, it was mad annoying. But we're here, guys, as the Roos will face off against the Mavericks. And tip-off is going to be underway here shortly. Z, last minute, tell me, what do you do here offensively for Kansas City?
Offensively?
Yeah, real quick.
It's just moving the ball. Run it through Raquandis, run it through Jeff, you know. Try and run an inside-out approach. That's what I'm doing. I don't know. They could go a lot of ways. They could approach it differently.
All right, and refs meeting up in the middle. And we are officially underway as the Mavericks will start with the ball. That's J.J. White starting off for the Mavericks. White, they're just passing the ball around now as that's Glover. Glover looking, gives it to White. White sending it out, gets it back. White's looking, 7 seconds left on the shot clock, and movement are all around. Shots up, good. Great shot there by Michael Sutton.
And that's great defense by the Roos. They did everything right. They did everything they needed to, but, you know, great defense, better offense.
Screen from Mitchell, loses control of the ball, but gets it back, and now Sullivan has it for the Roos. Kansas City passing the ball real quick as Andrews has the ball now, going inside, puts it up. Great play.
Way to utilize the mismatch. Andrews saw the smaller defender, immediately knew what to do with it.
Now White has the ball for the Mavericks. And they're moving all around. That's Sutton with the ball now. Sutton looking to go inside on Sullivan. Pushes it up, puts it up, and no good. Ball's gonna go the way of Kansas City. Yep, they're gonna say tip, hit the Mavericks last. And Z, you know, this team is young, but we're gonna see them do their best here tonight. And we're gonna see Raquandis take the ball out here for the Roos. Gives it to Sullivan. Sullivan pushing it inside, gives it to Andrews. Andrews looking, trying to push it inside, loses control of the ball, and it's a steal. That's Dylan Bogdan, but the Roos have the ball now. A steal as the ref falls. It gets right back up, and now the Roos are going to slow down here.
I didn't even know he fell. I didn't even see it.
I didn't know he fell either until I saw him on the ground. Now Mitchell has the ball for the Roos. Looking to go inside.
Omaha's playing that pick and roll great. You know, it's a nice
gives it out to Diallo. Diallo looking. Diallo trying to pass it out, and there's a steal by Dylan Brogdon.
Omaha with some sneaky good defense. They're playing that pick and roll nice. That hard hedge is lethal.
And now we're going to see Glover give it to White. White looking, putting it inside. Steal by Kansas City. Great play there by Mitchell. And now Diallo will have the ball for the Roos. Diallo gives it to Ngandu. Ngandu gives it to Sullivan. Sullivan looking, trying to get a screen, but just gives it to Diallo. Diallo taking his time. 10 seconds left on the shot clock now. Kansas City got to get something going. Diallo looking still, 5 seconds, shots up. Airball, but the Roos will get it. They're going to say a shot clock violation there.
Yeah, they're just being a little too conservative.
Layup by number 23, that's Frankie Fiddler, the leading scorer for the Mavericks, could not put it up.
That was good defense by Jeff. You know, he didn't take the bait, he didn't bite at it.
Mitchell has the ball for Kansas City. He's trying to shake off his defender. Gets a screen from Ngandu. Passes it right out to Sullivan. Sullivan looking to go inside, lays it up, blocked. But they'll call another foul on the Mavericks. And it looks like we're gonna head to our first media timeout. Yep. We'll head to our first media timeout here as the Roos are gonna try to draw up something. We'll be right back after the break.
Keys Productions.
we are back. As you hear the mob there. Again, they may travel up here with us.
The mob.
The
Well,
mob.
Not with us. But they,
Not with us, but they traveled up.
Yeah.
As Jevin Sullivan's going to take some free throws here. First one's good. Z, you were mentioning during the timeout, you want to see more organization from Kansas City.
Absolutely.
What can they do organization-wise in terms of just kind of keep everything tight as the second shot is good?
It kind of just looks like they're moving the ball with no substance. They're just kind of going through the motions right now. You know, they don't really have. I think they did a good job at exposing number 1 White in the paint. You know, I feel like using Tyler Andrews to,
Bogdan gives it to Glover. Glover with the 3. No good. Rebound by Kansas City. That's Diallo.
You know, using whoever has number 1 on him, White. You know, they're all bigger than him. I think you just need to feed the post, work it inside out. They did a great job at that. Now it's just kind of like they stopped. It didn't work one time and they gave up.
Ngandu gives it to Diallo. Diallo trying to go right back out. Does to Mitchell. Mitchell throws a thumbs down. Looks like he's calling for a screen. Gets a fake screen. Passes it out to Sullivan. Sullivan with the 3. No good. Hits the rim. And now the Mavericks with the rebound. And that's Fiddler getting the ball for the Mavericks and is taking it here. Gets a screen. Passes it right back out to Bogdan. And Bogdan gets it to White. White back to Bogdan. Bogdan puts it up. Good.
That was a great move right there. Great spin move. Awesome footwork. That's not a difficult. That's not an easy thing to do.
A very difficult thing to do. But Mitchell will come back and take it out for Kansas City. Diallo almost loses control of the ball, but gets it back. And now gives it to Ngandu. Ngandu back to Diallo. Diallo to Andrews. Andrews looking, taking his time here, trying to get something. Gets his. Trying to go inside, loses control of the ball, gets it back, puts it up. Just could not put it in, and now it's going to go Mavericks' way.
Again, it just, that play right there, they had something going, and then it just turned into an Andrews ISO. I mean, he's a player who can do that, but I think right now it's a little too early. You kind of want to, you know, kind of.
We're going to see a substitution here soon for the Mavericks as Glover gives it to White. White looking. White trying to get something going here for the Mavs. White goes inside, gives it to Fiddler. Fiddler with the 3. No good. Rebound by Ngandu.
That was a good look, you know. Couldn't convert it, but it was also a great closeout.
And Kansas City going up quickly, and shots good.
Tyler Andrews is doing a great job of having an inside presence on the offensive end. You know, he's been in the post a few times. It seems like he's living there right now.
And a foul called on Kansas City. It's going to be on number 2, Babacar Diallo. Diallo kind of poked inside, and now I think Ngandu, something's going on with Jeff as he goes right to court side.
Contact fell out, maybe?
Possibly. They're going to take their time as for the Mavericks, we got Jaden Marshall coming in.
Yeah,
we also got Luke Youngers. And we're going to pause here for just a moment as we got Ngandu trying to put in a contact back right inside. And now there's a new substitution for Kansas City. We got Sam Martin coming in for Babacar Diallo. And then we're also going to get Ngandu kind of sitting down here for a second to put in the contact, as that is Promise Idiaru coming in for Jeff Ngandu. As the shot's no good. Omaha just tried to draw something up.
That was a nice play call. That was a very nice play call.
And the missed shot was by Sutton, I believe. So Kansas City will have the ball, and Mitchell has it. He gets a screen. Mitchell looking still. Passes it inside to Andrews. Andrews wants to get something going here. Tries to go inside, puts it up. No good, hits the rim, and rebound. Sutton for the Mavericks.
Again, that's a good look for Andrews. He's doing a really great job of getting position down there.
Sutton gives it to White. White carried clearly, and the shot's good. It looked like White carried in there, but they let it be, and they got that shot up. And now Martin's going to facilitate here for the Roos. Gives it to Sullivan, who gives it to Idiaru. Idiaru gives it to Mitchell. Mitchell trying to shake off his defender. He does, shoots the 3. No good. And rebound by the Mavericks. That's Sutton once again. And now White passes to Marshall. Marshall shoots. No good. Rebound by Kansas City. Both teams missed their threes.
running seven-second offenses right now. I'm wanting them to be a little more patient.
And now Mitchell try to go inside, and they're going to call a foul on the Mavericks.
I think Raquan is doing a good job of trying to get himself involved right now. Early on, you know, he wasn't really touching the ball, wasn't really a part of the rotation. But I think right now he's doing a great job of involving himself and getting things going. No points yet. Nothing really has happened yet, but he's doing a great job of just incorporating himself, getting a presence in there.
EDR, who has the ball for the Roos, and he just gives it to Mitchell. Mitchell gets a screen. Mitchell trying to go inside again, lays it up. It's good. Great play there by Raquan Mitchell.
Just like I said, you know, that's what you need. He took the mismatch, exploited it. Great finish.
White has it for the Mavericks. Gives it to Marshall. Marshall gives it right to Sutton. Sutton trying to get it to White, but just tries to go back in himself. Block from the Roos. Great play there by Ediaru and Andrews. And now the Roos have an opportunity to get the lead here for the first time tonight. Throwing a thumbs down again, and I'm wondering if they're going to call for a screen. And Martin still looking, maybe not. And
form of motion. That's some good off-ball movement, though.
Ediaru gives it right to Mitchell. And Ediaru has an opportunity to score. He does not.
You have to make those. That's a great look. You know, he had the position, he had the mismatch. You just got to make those.
And now the Mavericks have the ball. White is going to slow it down. They're going to call a play right now, and we see Ngandu warming up for Kansas City. So we'll see him back in as Youngers has it. Youngers sends it right back. Fiddler looking to push it inside on Martin. Fiddler looking, shoots. Good.
Fiddler did a great job right there of exploiting that mismatch. Sam Martin a little too small to guard him. You know, it was a good fadeaway too. Dirk-esque.
Dirk-esque. And we see Diallo also warming up for the Roos as Ediaru is looking, gives it to Sam. Martin still looking, gives it out to Sullivan. Sullivan to Mitchell. Mitchell trying to shake off his defender. Passes it right back out to Ediaru. Ediaru looking to go inside. Passes it right back out to Sullivan. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. 2-1, lays it up. And shot clock violation called on Kansas City.
It was a foul.
Oh, it was a foul.
Yeah.
Well, foul called on the Mavericks, I believe. And we're going to get a timeout, media timeout to be more specific. So we will see you guys after the timeout. And we are back from the media timeout. 8-10, Kansas City down by 2, 10:32 left in the first half. Roos have 1 foul while the Mavericks have 4. Both teams have 4 timeouts. Something interesting that I want to note here, Kansas City, they're doing well at the free throw line, as Sullivan's going to shoot 2 here. Let's see if they can keep that going. And funny enough, the Roos, all the Roos points as the first shot's no good. Sorry, I didn't mean to curse them like that, but the Roos' 8 points have been all in the paint. So it's interesting to see if they're going to add more.
Yeah, taking 4 3-pointers. I'm glad they're not.
And they didn't even make 2, but the Roos have the ball. Great play there.
Great offensive rebound by Tyler Andrews. I'm glad they're not forcing the threes up, though, this game. Usually they'll try and force them, but...
Oh, great play. Jeff Ngandu gives it to Andrews, and Andrews lays it up to tie the game.
Like I said, Andrews, he needs to incorporate himself. He needs to step up, you know, get into that defensive two-way player role. Doing a great job of it.
And now we're seeing a new player here for the Mavericks. That's Troy Osborne. Osborne gives it right outside. Marshall, 3-point shot, good.
Just left way too open, way too open. He's a good shooter. You can't leave him that open.
Jaden Marshall with the 3. And now Kansas City with the opportunity to respond as Diallo has it for Kansas City. Gives it to Andrews. Andrews looking to go inside. Loses control of the ball, but gets it back. Gives it right to Mitchell. Mitchell to Sullivan. Sullivan looking to go inside. Shakes it off. Shot is no good. Rebound by Youngers.
You know, he had the mismatch. I'm not sure if that's the shot you want, though. You know, I think he needs to use his size, use his strength, and get physical down there.
Fiddler gives it to Marshall. Marshall looking to go inside. Lays it up. Good. Jaden Marshall getting some points here.
Five quick points. You know, he's also doing a great job on Raquan right now, keeping him from getting involved.
Mitchell has the ball for the Roos. Mitchell gives it to Ngandu. Ngandu gives it to Andrews. Andrews gives it right back out to Diallo. Diallo looking to go inside, puts it up. And one, no good, but looks like Diallo might go to the charity stripe as well.
Yeah, that was a high IQ play right there. Very high IQ play. Saw the defender bite a little bit, get into his personal space, took it up.
And Babacar Diallo is going to go to the line for Kansas City. He's a junior who moved to Kansas City as the first shot is no good.
It's too many missed free throws now. You're 2 for 5. But it was a good idea though. That was a nice Euro there.
And we're going to go right back to yet another media timeout. 11-17. The Roos are down by 6. 7:52 left in the first half. We'll see you guys right after the break.
Keys Productions.
We're back. Looks like we're going to get a shot here as Sam Martin's going to come onto the court for Kansas City, and I think Sullivan as well. Going to the bench is Edie Aru. As the shots there, good from Sutton. I think that's a 7-point deficit for the Roos.
Omaha getting into a little bit of a press. It's a nice move, you know, throw him off a little bit.
Martin has the ball for Kansas City. Martin looking, going against J.J. Martin, I believe. J.J. White, I should say. Gives it to Mitchell. Mitchell looking to go inside. Loses control. Travel called on Kansas City.
Yeah, just lost his footing a little bit, kind of slipped and slid. That's all right, you know. It happens. I think Raquanis has got to shake the nerves off a little bit. I think he knows what's on his shoulder, but he's going to adjust.
Looks like the Mavericks are going to move all around as White gives it inside. Dunk, good. That's Brogdon with the dunk.
Yeah, that was a nice slip on the screen. Just wide open paint, nobody there. Jeff a little too slow to recover.
Roos down by 9 now as they have the ball. Andrews gives it to Martin. Martin gives it to Mitchell, who gives it to Andrews, who gives it right to Martin. Martin looking to shake off his defender. Gives it right back out to Mitchell. Mitchell trying to shake off his defender. Shoots. No good. But rebound by Kansas. Not by Kansas City. It looked like they're going to say it's going to go to the way of the Mavericks.
Yes. Sullivan right there just took a couple steps. It's all right, though.
As
it's a little bit of a travel.
The Roos are slipping here as they are not on the good side of a run. White gives it right inside to Sutton. Sutton shoots, hits the rim, rebound Kansas City. That's Andrews. Andrews gives it to Mitchell. Mitchell gets a screen. Mitchell trying to go inside, sends it right back out to Martin. Martin trying to go in, puts it up, no good.
That was a nice attack by Martin right there.
And now the Mavericks are coming down the court quickly. White's trying to go inside, puts it up, good.
Tough finish by White. That's a tough finish. Way to hang in and absorb the contact.
And now we got a timeout from Kansas City as they need to kind of just get in together. They're down by 10.
Yeah,
well,
11.
11. But what a play there by J.J. White to kind of put that up against a big guy like Jeff Ngandu.
Oh yeah, that's not an easy finish.
Not an easy finish. We'll be right back after the timeout. We're back on here in Kansas City and Sioux Falls. I keep wanting to say Kansas City. I'm used to calling these games in KC. I'm still getting used to Sioux Falls, you know.
That's okay. That's the best of us, you know.
Thank you. Sullivan's going to give it to Raquanis Mitchell.
Still in this press, Omaha, you know.
Sullivan to Andrews. Andrews double team, gives it to Sullivan. Sullivan looking. Gives it right to Ngandu. Ngandu to Mitchell. This Omaha defense is playing really well. As the screen gets Ngandu, is right back out to Andrews. Andrews with the three, no good. Rebound by the Mavericks, and now Mavericks going to have a fast break opportunity. That's Sutton. Sutton looking to go inside, lays it up, and one, good.
Yeah, I think Raquanis was in the restricted right there.
And Raquanis Mitchell slow to get up.
That was a great finish by Sutton. That was a great finish, great attack too. Saw the mismatch and took advantage. Roos just looked dead out there. Just looked tired. Just looked confused.
Ever since that Brogdon dunk, this game has quickly gone for the worst. And now Kansas City down by plenty and a little bit more now as Sutton's going to go for his and one. Shot's good. 11:25, 5:37 left in the first half. Roos down by enough. Let's see what they can do here now, as Omaha's pressing here quickly.
That press break is getting a little more difficult each time for Kansas City.
Andrews gives it to Sullivan. Sullivan to Mitchell. Mitchell with the three. It's good.
There we go. He's got to get himself going. He's got to get himself going just like that. Great shot.
Great shot there by Mitchell to in front of. It just has defense covered on him too. White looking. Gives it right to Sutton. Sutton looking. Gives it right back out to Fiddler. Fiddler spinning. Tries to put it up. He will. Good.
Great footwork. That was amazing footwork. That was a nice move too. Nice little spin. Way to absorb the contact again. You know, Jeff Ngannou, who's a strong guy.
The Roos are getting bullied inside the paint. 20 points for the Mavericks, 8 for the Roos.
Yeah.
And now Andrews has the ball for Kansas City. Gets a screen, looking to go inside, loses control of the ball. Is it going to go the way of Kansas City? It's going to go the way of the Mavericks. And Sutton dunks it. The Mavericks take advantage of that steal and dunk once again as the Roos are looking to answer here. And a block by the Mavericks once again. That's number 14. And now Fiddler puts it up. It's good. Showing a little Euro step there. And now 14-31. This game's gotten out of hand real quick.
I think Omaha came to play. I think Kansas City, they just look kind of confused out there. Raekwon is still doing a great job at being a leader, being very vocal right now, very, very verbal. I think that's what he's got to do. I think that is exactly what he's got to do.
And now the Roos have 2 fouls left, or 2 timeouts left. And neither team is going to enter the bonus anytime soon. But again, Kansas City just getting demolished here, Z. And at some point, you just have to scheme something up. You know?
I mean, I'm not sure what Coach Menzies has in store. I'm not sure what he's trying to adjust to. I think that the Roos are just getting outplayed right now. It's not adjustment-wise, it's not too much you can do. The game plan has been solid. The game plan has been okay. I think it's just the execution right now. I think the shots aren't falling, and I think the Roos are noticing, and they're just kind of losing life.
Now we saw the same thing happen with the women's team.
Yes.
My question is, how do you take something from that game and try to implicate it here when Kansas City is down by 15, I believe?
I think it's a little different. I think Kansas City right now is just showing no signs of energy, and I think the women's team throughout the whole game, they showed signs of life, signs of energy, signs of wanting to play, wanting to be there. KC just hasn't rallied around anybody. They're not lifting each other up like they normally do. You know, you're kind of lacking a sense of leadership. Even though Raekwon is there, it's just kind of like they're not executing to what he's saying. That's just what it looks like from here. Not sure what the case is, but I mean, Omaha's on a 16-3 run over the last 3.5 minutes. You got to stop something.
And something that I'm looking here right now, the Roos have allowed a 16-3 run for over 3:36 and a 6-0 run in a matter of about 40 seconds. Yeah. So,
you know, like I said last broadcast, this game's a series of runs. You know, and it's still early, still the first half. And UMKC could do the exact same thing here soon in the second half. We've seen them do it before. I wouldn't be surprised. Coach Menzies has to hold people accountable. I think that's what it is.
And what's been killing Kansas City is Sutton. Sutton has just been a physical force inside the paint. So
yeah, absolutely.
Kansas City will get the ball here, but again, Mitchell looks like he's trying to enter a different mindset now. He needs to carry this team if they want to get out of this round and not be upset by the number 10 seed. Diallo has the ball for the Roos. Diallo gives it to Mitchell. Mitchell with the 3. It's good. Mitchell warming up here quickly.
That's the guy to look to every time. That's the guy you need to run the offense through.
And now White has the ball for the Mavericks. White sending it all out to Fiddler. Fiddler with the 3. Fiddler responds.
Fiddler's just too good, too versatile. 3-level scorer. It's just hard to stop him.
And Menzies is not happy. He throws the paper down. And now the Roos have possession of the ball. Diallo looking. Diallo gives it to Mitchell. Mitchell trying to shoot another 3. Throws it out to Sullivan. Sullivan with a 3. Good. Jevin Sullivan, the freshman from Iowa. Great play there.
That was a great play. Great find by Raekwon. It's great shot by Sullivan.
Roos down by 14 now. And the Mavericks.
Roos enter a 3-2.
And the Roos are trying to defend here well as Fiddler gives it out to back to Fiddler, actually. Fiddler shoots. Again, another 3.
Fiddler's just matching everything. Every time the Roos score, Fiddler has an answer.
Mitchell gives it to Sullivan. Sullivan loses control. Try to put it up, slips, can't get up. And now Mavericks with an advantage now. Trying to go inside, blocked by Kansas City.
Great defense by ADR. Way to stay solid, keep the hands up.
That was Brogdon trying to put it up, but Ediaru blocks it. And now Mitchell puts it up, no good. And rebound by White for the Mavericks. And now the Mavericks are going to take it down here quickly. Give it to Sutton. Sutton puts it up, good.
Another great finish by Sutton. He's such a great inside player.
The Roos down by 19 with almost 2 minutes left. Something has to give here at some point. As Mitchell has the ball for Kansas City, gives it to Diallo. Diallo to Sullivan. Sullivan back to Mitchell. Mitchell double teamed, trying to pass it out, trying to give it somewhere. Gives it to Sullivan. Sullivan with the other three. Hits the rim, no good. Rebound by Kansas City. And foul called. They're going to call it on the Mavericks.
Kansas City's a great rebounding team. You know, we're seeing that right now. One thing else I'm seeing is refs kind of being a little more lenient, kind of letting them play a little more physical.
Marshall, Youngers, and number 32, Osborne, coming in for the Mavericks. And now we're going to see EDR come off the court, and coming on to the court is Tyler Andrews. Roos down by 19, 1:50 left. Let's see what they draw up here offensively as Diallo gives it to Andrews. Andrews looking, shoots, no good. And they're going to say it's going to be possession Mavericks. Say the Roos touched it last.
Roos not going very deep in their roster right now. Not very deep in the rotations. Only 7 players played. I'm looking to see that change. You know, Coach Menzies is not shy of playing players in the second half that didn't play in the first half.
White giving it out to Marshall. Marshall to Osborne. Back to Marshall. 3 good. The Roos are officially down by a lot. 22. And, you know, Coach Menzies, for having a defensive team, is not happy.
Yeah, the defense just hasn't been there. On pace for 84 points right now.
Mitchell gives it to Diallo, and Diallo is going to take his time here for Kansas City. Gives it to Sullivan. Sullivan with the 3. No good again. And now Omaha with an opportunity to respond. Gives it to Youngers. Youngers with the 3. No good. Rebound Kansas City. Kansas City going to take it down here quickly. Gives it to Mitchell. Mitchell with another 3. Oh, hits the rim. No good. Rebound by the Mavericks. That's going to be Sutton.
That's not a smart shot by Mitchell. He can make it. No doubt he can make it. But, you know, you're down by 22. You've got to get something going. I don't think that's a shot to do it. But now, if he would have made it, I think that the Roos would have caught life, to be fair. But I think he can get better shots.
White gives it right back out to Youngers. Youngers with the 3. Good. And Coach Menzies, this locker room talk's not going to be pretty. The Roos down by 25. This is a quarter a half you want to forget if you're Kansas City.
Yeah, you're going to want to look past it. You're going to want to focus on the next, you know, focus on the future.
Diallo gives it to Mitchell. Mitchell with a 3. No good again. And they're going to say ball's heading to Kansas City's way, I believe.
Yes, yeah.
With 10.9 seconds left. Let's see if the Roos can put something up to get some momentum here. Just defensively, Z, it's been a hassle.
It's been tough. It's been tough. Omaha's getting about whatever they want right now.
Sullivan gives it back inside to Andrews. Andrews puts it up. Good. Roos break out of that cold spell. And now Osborne puts it up. Ooh. Osborne. Try to put that up, no good. And now better see these teams go to the locker room quickly. Kansas City heading there ASAP. They're just, yeah. Coach is about to get interviewed, and he is not happy.
Not at all.
He may not say much to the reporters, but it's going to be interesting to see what
the adjustments.
The adjustments. We'll talk more about that later as we're going to head into halftime. 15 minutes. We'll be back within the 5-minute mark, and we will see you guys in just a minute. We are back on the mic as the Roos are down by how much, Z? What is that? 23 points.
23 points.
So, Z, you know, you and I, we like to tussle, play some, you know, you play 2K a lot. I've watched this team many times. What do you think basketball-wise is going to take for the Roos to come back and make this game interesting?
I've said it countless times today. Basketball is a series of runs. They just have to come out with energy. They just have to get better shots. You know, they're kind of forcing shots right now, kind of forcing looks that aren't really there. Raquan has done a good job of finding some threes. Tyler Andrews has been a great factor in this game. He's been very productive on the offensive end and the defensive end. I think they just gotta get an inside presence more, I want to say. You know, you've got smaller defenders in number 1, White. I think you want to try and get a mismatch on the screen. It's doable, but I mean, I think right now Omaha's defense is really solid too. It's hard to find holes in it. You've gotten some open looks, yeah, but they just won't fall. I mean, once you miss a few, once you get cold, it's hard to, even open shots, it's hard to make them. So I mean, they're playing some impeccable defense right now. It just reminded me of the Roos defense.
Yeah, and tell me, so have you been seeing a lot of zone from the Roos, or have you been seeing a lot of man-to-man?
I think I saw a 3-2 earlier, but I mean, it was broken pretty easily. That's kind of when Fiddler, you know, got those consecutive threes. Omaha's really just doing everything right, and I think they broke the zone way too easily. I think that Kansas City. It's really hard to say. Mostly shots are just not falling, but at the same time, it's like Omaha is playing fantastically on both ends of the ball.
And yeah, something that, you know, we want to highlight. You know, Andrews has been doing a really good job. So is Mitchell. But I just think that, and you can add here, I think the Roos just need a lot more from their starters and even some of their bench players.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. I think that I want to see more of a rotation. You know, you're only seven men deep right now. I think that's going to hurt you. I think that is going to hurt you. You only want to run 7 or 8, yes, but I mean, when 7's not working, you got to find something. So I think you put in that 8th man. I think you put in, you know, somebody who you think is going to change something. I think Coach Menzies has a great eye for basketball. I think he knows what the team needs to do, but at the same time, big part of this is execution. I think the Roos just are not executing what needs to happen.
And it's going to be interesting because Mitchell is having a long talk, having a pep talk here with his team, and is just telling them, you know, get to the page, just get to the script, man. Don't let this team bring you down. Like, you gotta put up a fight. You know, is it? Now I wanted to ask you this too. Is it possible for the Roos to tie this game or at least get a lead? What do you think?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have to think about it. Omaha did that in a half. Omaha went on that run, 16-3 run in that half. Still got a whole nother half. You know, it could easily lean UMK or Kansas City's way. They could easily get their run, go on their run. It's just like, I can't say it enough, Christian. It's a series of runs. That's all it is. You just have to outscore them. I mean, it's going to be a little more. You have to outscore them by 23, which is obviously more difficult. It's doable, though. It is doable. As long as they can execute, as long as they have to play pretty much perfect. They can't. They have very little room for error. You know, no offensive rebounds, no very limited turnovers. If you get turnovers, no points off turnovers. It's a very small margin for error.
I think something that I really want to highlight here: 26 points from the paint. They're getting bullied inside, Z. Like, the Roos are just like, they have all this like height, and they also have this physicality that seems to be almost unmatched in the Summit League, but they just can't execute inside. So it's going to be, I think the big question here is, one, you wonder what Coach Menzies told that squad, like, hey, like, y'all need to get to the memo. We're not playing Oral Roberts. We're playing Omaha, and Omaha has shown that they can be a liability defensively, or they can have a defensive liability, but we'll just have to see. It's 25 seconds left in the half. Yeah, and it's just, this is a game that can get out of hand quickly. if no one on the Roos team plays great defense, or if they just continue to take bad shots.
Absolutely. You have to come out the gate swinging. You have to come out the gate on a run. Like you can't give Omaha any chance to heat up. That's number one. That's the main focus right now.
And as the buzzer buzzes, and now we have officially entered the second half of this game, 22-45. We're going to put 20 minutes on the clock. Roos have 2 timeouts. Omaha has 3. This is going to be a very interesting game. And now we're going to see Kansas City with possession of the ball. Sullivan has it.
Let's see what Coach Menzies came up with.
And gave it to Diallo. Yeah, let's see what Coach Menzies came up with offensively as Sullivan has the ball for the Roos. Gives it to Mitchell. Mitchell gets a screen. Trying to set something going. Passes it right back out. Poke ball. It's going to go the way of Kansas City.
A little risky of a pass. It's also very good defense by White.
And now we're going to see Andrews take the ball out here for Kansas City. Going to take it out. Passes it right to Ngandu. Ngandu to Diallo. Diallo looking. Diallo trying to get something here. Gives it to Andrews. Andrews trying to shake off his defender. Just sends it right inside to Sullivan. Sullivan, 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Diallo has it. Gives it to Andrews. Andrews shoots. Good.
Very nice three-pointer. That's very tough. That's very tough. You could argue it was a foul, too.
And now White's going to take it out here for the Mavericks, who gives it to Sutton. Sutton to Glover. Glover back to White. Inside. Foul.
Yeah.
Gave it inside to Brogdon, and Brogdon gets fouled on the inside.
It's too easy of a look right there. Too easy of a look.
And now we're going to see Brogham get some shots. Brogham's going to take some shots. We'll take 2. And the Roos are going to go back to their original starting 5 as the first shot's good. The Roos are down by 21 right now.
Yeah.
But you like what you saw here offensively from the Roos, Z.
I do. I really do like what I saw from the. Well, okay, I'm not gonna get ahead of myself.
Yes.
I like the ball movement. I think they kind of scrambled at the end, but I think they're being too patient, a little too conservative.
Sullivan gives it to Diallo. Diallo to Andrews. Andrews taking his time here. Gives it to Diallo. Diallo looking. Diallo gives it to Andrews. Andrews trying to get a screen. Gets it. Gets swapped. Gives it to Diallo. Diallo. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Just gives it to Mitchell. Mitchell looking. Shoots. Good.
It's a great shot from Raquandis. Like I said, you know, Omaha, they have very, very little. I can't see any hole in their defense, but Kansas City's doing a great job of scoring.
And Brogdon just gives it to Fiddler. Fiddler to White. White looking to go inside. Puts it up. No good. Rebound by Kansas City.
This is where you got to go. This is where you got to run. This is where you got to score. Start that run right now.
Diallo gives it to Andrews. Andrews to Sullivan. Sullivan gives it out to Mitchell. Mitchell shoots. No good. Rebound by Kansas City. Diallo with the rebound and put back.
That's a great start. That's a great start right there. Great offensive rebound.
Roos down by 17 now. White has the ball for the Mavericks. White gives it to Brogdon. Brogdon gives it to Fiddler. Fiddler looking, gets a screen, shoots. Good.
Fiddler's so nice. He's so good. He's a 3-level scorer. He can do it all. You know, great mid-range game, great three-point shot, great finishing ability, great size.
Mitchell has the ball for the Roos. Looking, calling for a screen. Doesn't get it, but just gives it to Ngandu. Ngandu looking. Gives it to Andrews. Andrews with another 3. It's good. The Roos are on fire from the 3-point line.
Tyler Andrews and Raquandis are really trying to take this game over. Like I said, Tyler, he's a great player. I knew he was going to fit into this role.
Now, looks like that is Glover with the ball for the Mavericks. Because of the bottom to Fiddler. Fiddler lays it up. No good, but I'm going to get two opportunities to get some points here for the Mavericks. And the leading scorer here for Kansas City, sponsored by the Better Cheddar, your one-stop shop for all cheese and specialty needs in Kansas City. It's going to be Tyler Andrews with 7. Well, actually, that's going to be Andrews with 14. And for Omaha, it's Frankie Fiddler with 14 as well. Make it 15 now.
Yeah, the Roos are playing great offense. You know, there's signs of life on that end, but it's really just the defense. They can't figure out what to do.
Fiddler's second shot, good. Sullivan's going to pass it right to Mitchell here. And Omaha, again, they're pressing quickly here. Gives it to Diallo. Diallo gives it to Mitchell. Mitchell airballs it, but easy putback by Tyler Andrews.
That was a great offensive rebound. You know, it was kind of a cleared paint right there. He made the read. He saw the lack of a presence.
Fiddler has the ball for the Mavericks. Gets a screen, gives it right to Sutton. Sutton puts it inside, no good. Rebound by. It's going to go the way of Kansas City. Great defensive play there by the Roos. And now Mitchell has the ball for Kansas City. Mitchell looking, gives it to Sullivan. Sullivan is Andrews. Andrews with the hot hand, gives it right to Diallo. Diallo looking. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. They're gonna make something happen here. Diallo gives it right back out to Andrews. Andrews to Diallo. Diallo looking still. Looking to go inside. Spins, moves, loses control, shoots. Good. Great shot there by Babacar Diallo.
That's a good shot, but I saw signs of, oh, okay.
Glover blocked by Kansas City. Fiddler has the ball for the Mavericks, though.
That was a great recovery by Sullivan right there.
White puts it up. No good. But rebound by Kansas City, and they're going to call a foul finally.
Again, too many offensive rebounds. You can't afford to give all those up, especially not in a moment right now.
And it looks like we're going to go into media timeout. And Diallo has 3 team fouls already. Got to be careful if you're Babacar. But we're going to go into a timeout. We'll be right back after the break.
Keys Productions.
We are back from the media timeout. 37:51, 16 minutes left in the second half. The Roos heating up at the right time, I believe. Raquandis Mitchell, 11 points. Tyler Andrews with 16. And Babacar Diallo with 5. And now we're going to see Braum take some shots here for Omaha. Had that big dunk in the first half. The first shot's good. Z, what are you seeing different now that's just been working for Kansas City?
I mean, their shots are falling. They're not necessarily all good looks, but they're falling. Like, that's all you really need. They made 4 of their last 5. It's really just the defense. Like, that's all they need to do is just get some stops.
Second shot, no good for Braum. Now, Sam Martin on court, Kansas City, looking, gives it to Andrews. Andrews gives it right to Mitchell. Mitchell gives it right back inside, and they're going to call a foul on Sutton. a quick poke there from Sutton. And Ngandu, they're waiting for someone to take the ball here. And Sam's going to take it out here for Kansas City. Sam, Martin looking, calling for something, getting for something. They got to move it out. Gives it to Andrews. Andrews has the ball. Looking, trying to shake off his defender. Sends it right back out to Sullivan. Sullivan to Martin. Martin, who came in for Diallo, is looking for something. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Martin still has it, gives it to Ngandu. Ngandu puts it up. It's good. Great play there by Jeff Ngandu.
Again, Omaha, they're playing very good defense. Very, very airtight defense. But the Roos are finding ways to, you know, get over that contest. They're really not phased right now.
White gives it to Sutton for Omaha. And the shot, no good, but dunk no good. Looked like Braum had that dunk, but gets blocked by Kansas City. And Mitchell loses control, and they're going to call a foul on the Mavericks. The Roos with a great defensive play.
That was a really good defensive play.
And Fiddler going to get called on that foul. Second foul here tonight. 16 points for him, 2 rebounds. And something to note here too, Andrews has 8 rebounds, 16 points. He might have a double-double here tonight.
He's doing a great job of establishing that inside presence on the defensive end, and then his outside perimeter offense is great.
Something to note, both sides of the courts happen to be very slick. We had Sullivan slipping over here on the other side, and now we have this little slippage issue, and they're just checking to make sure that it's dry, bone dry, as Mitchell has the ball for Kansas City.
Bone dry?
Yes, sir. Gives it to Sullivan. Sullivan gives it to Andrews. Andrews looking to go inside, lays it up. No good, but ball's going to go right to the Mavericks.
That was a great look for Andrews. You know, it's hard to absorb that contact, though, and finish through it.
White trying to go inside, puts it up, loses control, but airballed, and good shot there by Marshall. Marshall got that air ball real quick and put it up as Mitchell trying to go inside, puts it up, no good. Rebound by Fiddler for the Mavericks.
Yeah, Omaha's playing really good defense. They're staying very solid.
Foul called on Mitchell.
Usually Raquanis can get those calls, but the defense isn't biting. The defense is playing great. He's trying to draw the contact. They're not falling for it.
We're going to see Sam Martin come onto the court, or come off the court, and coming to the court is Diallo. And then Osborne will also come in for White. Osborne looking, gives it to Sutton. Sutton giving it inside to Fiddler. Fiddler right back out to Marshall. Marshall looking. Marshall right back out. Shots up. No good. Rebound by Kansas City. That was Osborne.
Omaha's kind of cooled off a little bit. That's a great sign for Kansas City.
Mitchell, no good, but rebound by, oh, they're going to say who they're going to call that foul on. It looks like it's going to stay the way of Kansas City. Yeah, Braum gets called on that foul, and Kansas City will have an opportunity to get some points here. Diallo passes it right out to Andrews. Andrews looking, gives it to Mitchell. Mitchell right to Diallo. Diallo looking, trying to get something going here for the Roos. Gets a screen from Ngandu. Diallo trying to shake off his defender. Gives it right out, and it's a turnover.
Yeah, that's a sloppy play right there. It's great defense, sloppy play.
Osborne has it, gives it to Sutton. Sutton looking to go inside, sends it right back out. And foul called on Kansas City. It looks like number 32. It looked like it might be on Ngandu. Oh no, Sullivan. Sullivan will get that. And Younger.
Transition defense, but Marshall, you know, that's a tough finish. He can do that.
And now the
Roos
are about to be back to square one, Z. They're going to be down by 20 once again if they can't clean this up.
Got it down to 13 at one point, just lost it.
Ngandu gives it to Sullivan. Sullivan, no good. Shot hit the back of the rim, and the Mavericks are going to have the ball once again. 39-56, 12-19 left in the second half.
Can't fall back into this rhythm of missed shots and poor defense.
Fiddler has the ball for Omaha. Gives it to Marshall. Marshall looking to get something going. Gives it to Number 23, that's Fiddler still. Fiddler looking, Fiddler shaking off his defender, looking to go inside, puts it up good.
That was a fantastic move and great footwork. Fiddler is a very special talent. Very, very special talent.
Martin's going to take the ball out here for the Roos. As you see, Ediaru and Tyler Andrews warming up here once again for Kansas City. Martin looking to shake off his defender, looking to go inside. Passes it right back out to Sullivan. Sullivan has it, gives it back to Martin. Martin fouled. That's Osborne. And they're going to go to a timeout. Looks like it's going to be a media timeout. Something to note, Roos have 6 fouls. They have 1 more foul to give before they enter the bonus, see. And when you enter the bonus in college basketball, that's an easy way to win a game.
Yeah, it very much so is, because then you get these petty fouls and you're just giving up free points on a blocking foul, giving up free points on just dumb stuff. So I think you definitely want to save that foul to give, but, you know, who knows with the refs these days.
Yeah. But we'll be right back after the break as the Roos down by 19, I believe. So the Roos got to make something happen here at this point. We're back. Z, I'm looking at these kind of comparisons between the first half, second half. The Roos are shooting 46% from the field goal wise, 26% in the first half. That's pretty good, don't you think? But not enough right now to keep this game even close.
I don't know if it's pretty good. I think it's okay. I think, you know, Omaha's 50, 40, almost 90. You know, you're 51%, 42% from 3. That's a hard team to beat.
And the Roos have the ball. Andrews gives it to Diallo. Diallo gives it to Ngandu. Ngandu looking, trying to push it in. He does. No good. Going to go the way of the Mavericks. And now the Mavericks an opportunity to respond. Marshall gives it to Osborne. Osborne to Youngers.
Roos looked like they were in Omaha looked like they were in a 2-3 over there.
And the Roos trying to play great defense here as Marshall has the ball for the Mavericks. Gives it to Osborne. Osborne gets a screen. Osborne looking to go inside, lays it up, puts it up. No good. Rebound by Kansas City. That's Ngandu. Mitchell gives it to Andrews. Andrews sending it inside to Ediaru. Ediaru looking. Ediaru trying to spin. Goes inside. Fouled. That's Youngers.
That was a great way to draw the foul. You know, that you just got to knock him down.
And now the Mavericks are in danger of entering 6 fouls as well. And now shooting 2 for Kansas City. It's going to be Promise Ediaru. As the first shot, no good. With this shot, the Roos could be down by 18, which would be needed. Second shot, good. And Youngers is going to give it to Osborne. Osborne looking. Osborne sends it inside to Marshall. Losing control of the ball. It's going to go to Kansas City. And now Mitchell who has the steals, looking to get something going. Mitchell gives it to Diallo. Diallo, EDR. EDR looking to go inside. Passes it out to Ngandu. Ball goes auto. It's blocked. And Marshall's going to get that real quick. And now the Mavericks with an opportunity to counter.
Again, just too sloppy.
Marshall gives it out to Osborne. And they're going to say it's foul on the Mavericks.
That's a great way to draw the contact. Raquan did a fantastic job.
Something to note. Mavericks have 17 points off the bench. The Roos only have 1. That says something. And fast break, 11 points for the Mavericks, 0 for the Roos. And now the Roos are down by 18, entering the 10-minute mark. Something's got to change here.
Absolutely. This is the time to do it. You know, you gotta start right now. 18 points. You got it down to 13 at one point. But you got to get back to that point.
Diallo gives it to Ediaru. Ediaru looking. Ediaru gets a screen. Ediaru sends it right back out to Mitchell. Mitchell throwing up the thumbs down. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Gets a screen from Ngandu. Gets it. Trying to find something. 3 seconds. Shot up. No good. And that's shot clock. Another shot clock violation on Kansas City.
That's just fantastic defense by Omaha. They're swarming Raquan, just making sure he can't get the shots he wants. Double teaming, trapping. That zone is working.
White has the ball for the Mavericks. White. This is a Fiddler. Fiddler sending it out to Braum. Braum to White. White shakes off his defender, passes it to Braum. Braum puts it up and gets fouled in the process.
You know, I want to see Jeff Ngandu more. I just, like, he doesn't really have a presence in this game. He's been so quiet.
Yes, this is his first foul. Usually he's already entering his 3rd or 4th foul, entering the late part of the second half. So it's interesting to see that Ngandu's been kind of playing a little soft, not soft, but more careful for the Roos. As the Roos, first shot's good for Braum. The Roos potentially could be down by 20 entering 9:23. Not ideal, as it seems like as the game passes, this game looks to be out of reach for Kansas City.
I'm not going to say yet, but it's getting there. You know, a lot can happen in 9 minutes. That's a lot of time. But, you know, time shrinks pretty fast.
40-60, Roos down by 20 officially.
Not like fast. You know, basketball time is in slow motion most of the time. So, I mean, but it's still shrinking, though. You feel me?
Andrews gives it to Ngandu. Ngandu looking. Ngandu trying to go inside, puts it up. No good, hits the rim. Looks like the Roos are just trying to force shots now.
Yeah, they're just trying to get anything going, and it's too late for that.
White has the ball from the Mavericks. Gives it to Fiddler. Fiddler sends it right back out to Braum. Braum to White. White looking to go inside. Puts it up. No good. Rebound, Kansas City. And Mitchell got the rebound there for the Roos, and now they're going to come down the court quickly. Mitchell. Going to slow it down, gives it to Ediaru. Ediaru pump fakes, gives it to Diallo. Diallo looking. Diallo sends it inside. Diallo gives it to Ediaru. Ediaru puts it up. No good. Going to go the way of, as one of our good friends there, Lucas, got trampled. Everyone looks to be okay, but we don't know who is it going to go to. And yep.
Lucas.
Lucas. Oh, we're trying to call him out.
He can't see us.
He can't see us. He's probably in the moment. But the Roos are going to have the ball nonetheless. And Andrews gives it to Diallo. Diallo to Mitchell. Mitchell, well defended here. 5 seconds left. Trying to get a screen. Puts it up. No good.
Again, they're just a great defense. Just swarming Kansas City. They just don't know what to do.
It's like Omaha is just playing strict defense on Raquandis. It looks like Mitchell is just trying to get something because Mitchell is the catalyst of this Roos squad, but Mitchell's being he's just being defended well as the Mavericks are trying to push inside. Sutton has it. Sutton trying to push in, puts it up. No good. Rebound by Tyler Andrews for the Roos. And now Andrews gives it to Sullivan. Sullivan looking. Sullivan looking. Sullivan gets the ball poked, and it's going to go the way of Kansas City still. Andrews has it.
Gotta
3. Good.
Great shot, Tyler.
Great shot there by Tyler Andrews.
Hopefully that can get something going, but I mean, you're still down by 17. You know, you still got a long ways to go.
At least they're not down by 30.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Listen, I'll take 17 over.
17's better than 18.
As we're going to be right back after the timeout here in Sioux Falls.
Keys Productions.
We are back. Going timeout. Lucas. You
good? You good?
That would hurt. I saw. I was like, God, leave.
That's a big man falling on you. Pause.
That's guy fell.
Jeff Ngandu's a big guy.
And he fell real quick on Lucas, photographer for Kansas City Athletics. We're glad he's okay. As Omaha will take out the ball. It's going to be Sutton. Sutton going to give it to Fiddler. Fiddler back to.
This is what you want to see, okay? UMKC bringing the press. They're bringing up the intensity. They're trying now. Great trap. It's not broken yet. Not broken yet.
And the Roos are trying to trap.
Great defense.
Brahm has it, and they're going to call foul.
That's a weak call.
They're going to call it on Ngandu, who has his second foul. And now 8 fouls called on Kansas City. I believe we're in the bonus. Yep, so 7. I believe we've entered the bonus, right? I'm not goofy. Yeah, the Omaha Mavericks have officially entered the bonus. And that's not pretty.
That's not pretty at all. You still got 7 minutes left. You know, it's tough. It's tough to see that.
You got 2 more to give before you enter the double bonus, which is just as bad as the.
Oh yeah, absolutely, it's just as bad. Sometimes you can avoid, 2 free throws, but you know, it's a tough sight to see this early in the game. Well, I mean not early, but it's an early for a bonus is what I'm saying.
Yep, and now the Roos have 1 timeout as they just took one right now. 43-60, 7:21. Omaha has 3 timeouts. Roos have 1. It's going to be interesting to see how the game turns out because either this timeout's going to help the team or it might kill them because you definitely need to kind of relax and give your team some time to think about pressing defensively.
Timeouts are a very tricky thing. You have to be very smart with them. You have to be very tactical. People don't really realize the IQ that goes into timeouts. They're not just there to catch your breath. They're not just refreshers, not just get water. You have to use them. You have to use them very, very precisely throughout the game. Can't use them too early because you never know what's going to happen late in the game. But you can't not use them throughout the game because if they're on a run, you got to stop it. You know what I mean? You got to call the timeout, get the crowd chilled out a little bit.
Looks like the timeout's over as Kansas City is going to huddle up. You know, after watching the women's team get this dub, you know, it's hard to see the Roos kind of struggle like this so late.
It is hard. It is very hard.
And we're going to see Bonham.
Yeah, one thing I'm looking at with the Roos, you have one bench point. It's all coming from the starters.
Yep.
Predominantly Tyler Andrews and Raquandis. I mean, you got to get other people involved. You're not going to win the game if that's the case.
And his first shot's good for Braum. And yeah, I agree. I think you got to see something from the bench, but the question is who? That second shot is no good. Rebound by Tyler Andrews. Andrews going to give it to Diallo. Diallo is going to take it down here for the Roos. Gets a screen from Sullivan. Sullivan has the ball now. Gives it to Andrews. Andrews looking. Gives it inside to Ngandu. Ngandu sends it right back out to Diallo. Diallo looking to go inside. Puts it up. No good. Once again, Sutton gets the rebound there for the Mavericks. And now Omaha can just take this ball. It's going to be White now with the ball. White has it. Gives it to Sutton. Sutton being double teamed real quick. Getting trapped.
Oh, that's just, yeah.
And a terrible defensive play.
That's awful rotation by Kansas City. You know, just wide open in the paint for a dunk. I mean,
now we're back to 20 as this game is getting out of hand. Diallo gives it to Ngandu. Ngandu sends it right back out to Diallo. Diallo steps back, shoots. Three's good.
It's a great shot. You got to do something. You got to get something going. When the odds look grim, you got to be the Grim Reaper.
Yes, sir. That's a great quote from the great coach, Andy Reid. And are we going to see that here tonight from the Roos?
Oh, Andy Reid said that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now Mahomes. You guys would be surprised as White has the ball for the Mavericks. White sends inside. Fouled.
Yeah.
Braum had that, but just gets fouled inside the paint.
Just getting anything they want in that paint. All the fouls they want, you know.
Ngandu with the third foul. 3 starters on the court right now with 3 fouls. Surprisingly, Tyler Andrews has none. And he has 19 points, 10 rebounds. He's officially had a double-double here tonight. And Braum's going to go foul on Andrews. And Andrews is down. He is hurt. It looks like he's grabbing his thigh area.
Maybe a little bit of a cramp. Maybe got a knee in the thigh. Again, that's great defense by Omaha. That's fantastic defense by Omaha.
And Andrews a little hurt. He's just trying to see what the issue is. And now, yep, he's gonna walk it off. But EDR will come in for Tyler Andrews. And Fiddler's gonna take some shots here. And now, if I'm not mistaken, we've entered the double bonus.
Looks like it, Cristian.
The double bonus for the Mavericks. And this is crucial as Omaha has shown they can hit those.
Especially Fiddler. Especially Fiddler.
Especially a player like Fiddler who's, you know, in the post has just been impressive.
I mean, he has no offensive weakness.
Second shot, good. Roos again, down by 20. Mitchell gives it to Sullivan. Sullivan looking. Sullivan gives it to Diallo. Diallo shoots another 3. No good. Rebound by. It's going to go the way of Kansas City.
Great hustle by Sullivan right there, trying to get that offensive board. Great hustle, great anticipation.
It hit the leg of Sutton, and it's going to go the way of the Roos. By the looks of it, looks like we might see only one team, Kansas City-wise, here
At the
tomorrow.
moment, that's what it seems like.
As a 3, good.
Well, you never know. That's a 3, you know.
Great three-pointer
Get something
there.
going, 17 points again. Still got 5 minutes.
Let's see if the Roos can prove me wrong. As White.
Hopefully
gives it
that
out to-
commentator curse kicks in right there.
I hope so. As Braum gives it to White. White looking. White trying to go inside. Sends it right back out to Fiddler. Fiddler looking, calling for a screen here from Braum. Gets it. Fiddler going inside. Sends it right back out to Sutton. Sutton with the 3. Good.
The bank, it's open.
It's very wide open.
It's wide open right now. And that's a great answer.
And Omaha's just robbing Kansas City.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough right now.
Sullivan looking to go inside, puts it up, gets fouled inside.
It's a great attack. You know, way to draw the contact by the bigger defender.
And now the Roos have entered the bonus. They'll have the opportunity to get 1-1. It's going to be interesting to see how they approach that. But Sullivan's going to take 2 shots here for the Roos. First shot, no good. It's the back of the rim. 49-69 Z 433. That's
slim.
Yeah, it's very slim. We've never seen a team come back from a 20-point deficit. We'll make it 19 in 4 minutes. You don't even see NBA teams do that.
No, you don't. It's not looking great. I think the Roos just right now looking at it, they don't have any energy either. They just kind of, not that they've given up, but they just look like they have no answers.
Brom gives it to Glover for the Mavericks. Glover gives it right to Sutton. Sutton to Fiddler. Fiddler gets a screen, sends it to Sutton. Sutton looking, loses control of the ball, but gives it right back to Fiddler. Fiddler looking to step back, shoots. No good. Shot clock violation called on the Mavericks.
That was pretty decent defense by the Roos that time. You would have liked to see that more throughout the game. You know, but it's a great thing to see.
Now we're gonna see timeout from the Omaha Mavericks. They had 4. They can use them however they want, however they please. But it's gonna be interesting to see what happens, as we'll be right back after the break. Timeout. This game is looking to be out of reach, but the question's going to be, will the Roos have to play for pride at this point, don't you think?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, there's no way you play for not pride.
I mean,
but you gotta showcase at least that you're not going to let up.
Well, you've got 4 minutes. You still have time. But like, it's just looking at that, the time leading stat, Roos have not led once. So it's I don't think, 4 minutes, 19 points, doable.
Mitchell puts it up. No good. Rebound by Idiaru for Kansas City. Idiaru puts it up and 1. Great play there by
17
Promise
points.
Idiaru. And it's going to be a foul on Glover. Going to be a second team foul for Glover, Jay Sean Glover. Speaking of which, Dylan Brom, he's from Riverside, Missouri. Got some fellow Missourians playing here. Tony Osborne for Omaha, coming from Fairfax, Missouri. Played in Mound City. And Dylan Brom played for Park Hills South. So some local players as the shots there are good. The and one is good for Kansas City, and now we're going to see the Mavericks take it out. And it looks like the Roos are pressing here quickly, and Gondu's going to have to keep his eye on number 14 as Mavericks just can't get the ball out. And now it's an advantage here for the Mavericks. Ooh, blocked by Idiaru. But foul called on Kansas City, I'm going to say.
Yeah, this stadium is just silent. It's just not a lot of noise going on.
Not a lot of noise. And it's going to be a second foul. It's going to be a second foul. And now Brom is going to take some more shots. And first shot, good for Brom. Brom's been killing it as a junior. He's a center. And he hasn't been, and he plays just like a guard. As a second shot, good. 53-71, this stadium feels lifeless. As the Roos look like they might be on their way out of the tournament. They can't get anything going. Mitchell looking, puts it inside, blocked but fouled.
Yeah, Mitchell, he's just trying to force everything, you know.
Yeah,
this is a tough sight. You know, I would have liked to see everything ran through Mitchell a little bit more. It seemed a little bit scattered, a little bit confused.
And Mitchell's first shot is good. And Mitchell's gonna warm up here for a second shot, which is good. 55-71, 3:34 left in the second half.
It's only 16.
And the Roos must make something happen. And now the Fiddlers coming down the court quickly.
They're just breaking the press a little too easy. Oh, great trap.
And ooh, looked like he was gonna get picked, but looks like it's gonna be a foul called on Mitchell. And now Mitchell has 4. Mitchell now in foul trouble with 4 fouls. I believe it's his 5th one. He's out, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So if you're Coach Menzies, you got to be careful. You can't let him press like that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, he's been aggressive all game. I love to see that. I love that he's been aggressive. I love that he's been putting his body on the line. But you can only do so much as one player. You need everybody around you. You need everybody picking you up. Everybody doing the same, taking, you got to lead by example. I think he's been a great leader today. I just think the execution wasn't there when it needed to be.
And this team just looks like they missed Shamari and Mukeba.
Yeah. They you can tell they missed them.
As Marshall's going to warm up here, get some shots. First one is no good. He's going to get 3, I believe, right?
Or no, he gets 2. It was on the floor.
It was on the floor? All right. Well, Marshall's going to warm up for his second shot.
Wasn't a shooting foul.
And good. 55-72, 3:23 left. And now Mitchell's going to get something here. Gives it to Diallo. Diallo looking. Gives it right back to Sullivan. Sullivan with the 3. No good. Rebound by the Mavericks. But possession lost. And they're going to say they were trying to say it was a travel, but they're going to go.
Didn't have possession.
Did not have possession. It's going to time out Mavericks now. Now both teams are entering the 3-minute mark with 1 timeout. And refs, looks like the refs are trying to wrangle up the Roos. We're sorry. we're back from the timeout as White's going to take it out here for the Mavericks.
Laying off that press now. That trap is coming, though.
White gives it inside to Sutton. Sutton gives it right back out to Fiddler. Fiddler to White.
Yeah,
Mavericks
wasting a little bit of clock.
And Mitchell cannot foul because otherwise he's out of this game. As White gives it right to, and who's it going to be called on?
Looks like it's on Kansas City.
And Mitchell's gone. He has been ejected. Well, not ejected. Do you call it an ejection if they get fouled out? He's just fouled out.
He's not ejected. He just fouled out.
And Raquandis Mitchell fouls out,
as
hugging his teammates.
Final time on the court with them.
This will be Mitchell's final time on the court with Kansas City, and not the way you want to go out if you're the Roos. And he gave it his all tonight. As we're going to see him just come and high-five all his teammates. And Sam Martin's going to come out on the court. Coming now is Devin Sullivan. You know, while we're here, and you know, the chances of winning is doubtful now, see. No offense.
Very doubtful. Very, very doubtful.
Second shot, no good.
2 minutes, 47 seconds, down by 17.
Yeah, but we'll talk more about the future in our podcast later today. But
Courtside KC, tune in.
Yeah, tune in. Courtside KC. As Martin has the ball for Kansas City. Gives it to Ngandu. Gives it to Diallo. Diallo looking. Diallo just gives it right back to Andrews. Andrews, who's been the leading scorer here for Kansas City, 19 points. Has a double-double. Andrews shoots. No good, but it's going to go way of Kansas City.
Sorry.
4 seconds left.
Coach Menzies just looks defeated.
There's been plenty of times where we've seen that, and you know, at home, there have been times where he just looks like he's just done with the team sometimes. I don't want to say he's done, but more like he just looks displeased. And now there's something going on. We're going to get a timeout from somebody. Not sure who. It looks like it might be the refs just kind of coming together and talking for a minute. And again, now you play for pride now if you're Kansas City. And
I mean, 2 minutes, 20 seconds left. Yeah, you're just trying to end this game as quick as possible. You gotta, you know, keep your head up though. You had a great season. You know, there were flashes of greatness, struggles, but I mean, you're a great team. It's a team consisted of great players, so.
The Roos are going to take this out now. Martin's going to take it from the baseline. They're going to give him 20 seconds on the shot clock. Martin gives it to somebody. It's going to be Andrews. Foul going inside, and Andrews slow to get up. And now Fiddler gets with the foul, and now both teams are in the double bonus with 2:20 left. Andrews is going to take some shots here. We're going to see Youngers come in for the Mavericks as well, as Tyler Andrews is going to take a shot here. First one is good. Youngers coming in for Braum. Andrews is going to set up a shot here. And the shot's no good, but rebound by Kansas City, but lost by Idiaru, and Youngers is going to grab it and give it to Marshall.
You love the hustle that Kansas City's staying with. You know, they're not showing you they're defeated. They're not showing you they're lost. But
as one Cinderella story continues, the story of the men's Roos basketball team is going to come to a halt here tonight unless something miraculous happens.
Yeah.
Now we're down to less than 2 minutes, and now we're going to see Dimu come onto the court. First time we've seen him tonight. And Babacar Diallo. Fourth foul on Babacar. Might be coming out, possibly. Him or Sam. As Dimu will come in. As Fiddler's shot, no good. We're going to see Sam. We're going to see Diallo come back to the bench. And something to note, this is Sam's last game too.
Sam Martin?
Yep.
Oh,
Sam will no longer be with the team as he's going to play out his last 2 minutes here, less than 2 minutes here with the Roos, barring any substitutions.
Yeah.
Second shot's good from Frankie Fiddler. And now Lutke will come onto the court. Kyle Lutke, the senior from Omaha, Nebraska. And we're going to see Kennedy Brown also come in.
For the first
And
time.
yep, Sutton will sit down. This game's more than over. As the Roos will play for pride now. Andrews has it, gives it to Dimu. Dimu looking. Gives it right back to Andrews. Andrews gives it inside to Ngandu. Ngandu looking to shake off his offender, puts it up. Good.
You know, you would have liked to see that more throughout the game. I really wanted to see Jeff with a bigger impact. He's a great player and a freshman. I mean, I thought he was going to be one of those players to take over.
Osborne has the ball for the Mavericks, and they can just milk this thing down.
Yeah.
With almost a minute left, there's no way you come back from that.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do.
And Menzies' season is going to end here early as the Roos women's basketball team. They're going to move on, but Kansas City men's, they're going to bow out as Osborne's shot, no good. Rebound by the Mavericks, though. Youngers has it.
Looks like
1 minute left.
UMKC men's basketball is going to continue the streak of
No.
no first round conference tournament wins.
Which is just disappointing.
Very disappointing.
But nonetheless, Youngers hits the three, no good. And Andrews is just going to take it down here. Gets something. Dimu gives it to Martin. Martin with the three. Good.
Nice shot by Sam Martin. Great way to go out.
61. And now if you're Kansas City, you've got 1 second left. This game's more than over. As Omaha, the Mavericks are going to move on and head to the second round, AKA the quarterfinals.
Omaha, they played great today. You know, they had a great day. They should be proud. Kansas City should be proud too. They had a great season. All these players should be proud of what they did, what they accomplished.
And shot clock violation. And now the Roos with 1 second left. Can they cut it down to single digits? And the Roos season is over. As we see one Roos season march on, Kansas City is done in the Summit League, which is just a shame, but both of these teams played really well, but the Roos will lose this game. Not something that we're gonna talk more about this later in our podcast, but Z, what was the thing that kind of just led to this Roos loss?
I mean, Kansas City just couldn't get anything going like throughout the game. And then that big 16-3 run in the first half killed them. It killed them. Omaha, they played fantastic. Both ends of the floor, you know. Defensively, just swarming Raquandis, swarming Tyler. Very nice post presence down there. Make sure Jeff wasn't getting the looks he wanted. I wish Jeff would have tried a little bit more, but that's just not how it turned out. I think offensively, Omaha Fiddler, he's a hell of a player. He's a three-level scorer, knocked down the three, great mid-range, great post game, inside presence, great versatility and athleticism. It's hard to stop a player like that. Marshall, great three-point shooter. Can't really leave him open. Just happened that he was open a few times. And then Omaha came to play. Omaha had the pieces. Omaha knew what to do. They were better prepared. I think that Kansas City's losses in Mukeba and Shamari were big. I think that's really what the game was.
Well, this is it from us for men's. We appreciate you guys listening to us for the entire season. We'll be back here 3 o'clock p.m. as the Roos women's basketball team. They'll face off against the Bison. It's going to be an interesting matchup. But we appreciate you guys for tuning in. And we're going to sign out. First of all, foremost, before we leave, we want to give a huge shout out to Kansas City Athletics for helping us out here tonight.
Thank you.
We also want to give a huge shout out to Roo News, Bree Blankenship, the entire team there. And also give a shout out to Iqbal, who's been providing video for us this year, and also finally High Key Productions, who's been making the music that you've been hearing throughout the timeout. But we appreciate you guys. We're gonna close this stream. Y'all have a good night, get some sleep.